Jessica is standing by at the BJP office and celebrations have already begun there. And Laddus, Mysore Pak, we'll have to wait and see. Jessica, what's going on there?
Well, Palki, for the past 15 minutes, the supporters here are chanting Modi, Modi, and the celebrations have already begun here in the BJP office in Bengaluru. We spoke to a couple of supporters here. They say they're very happy and excited, and the results that have come out, they feel that the BJP is going to form a government here. As per the supporters here, still celebrating, holding placards of B.S. Yediyurappa and Prime Minister Modi along with that, and they feel that this is going to work for them, and they are definitely forming a government. At least this is what they tell me.
Jessica, can you just ask your camera person to pan a bit, just show us how the celebrations are taking place there?
Well, absolutely. I'll ask my camera person to just pan a little and show. You'll see the BJP flags around here and the supporters all saffron clad, celebrating and holding the placards of B.S. Yediyurappa. The celebrations are in full force here, and the supporters are now very excited, and the screens displaying results here. There's more and more anticipation with the supporters here who feel that the BJP is definitely forming a government today in Bengaluru.
And they know how to spot TV cameras. They're all parked very strategically behind all the cameras to wave those flags and show that they're winning. And of course, it is a winning day. Salman Soz, too early to retrospect? Introspect, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Too early to introspect? Is the Congress already looking at what went wrong?
Well, I think what we should do is we should wait for the final results. Like I said, BJP is leading. Everybody's, can see that. At the same time, some of these election results are very, very close. So let's wait for that. As far as introspection, you have to, whether you win or you lose, you have to assess your performance and see what you could have done better, where things went wrong. But we also have to remember that in Karnataka, just like Himachal Pradesh, for instance, governments change every 5 years. So it was already, I think, a tough task to repeat, especially in a state where we've had only one CM to finish a term, like Mr. Siddaramaiah did, and that he should be given credit for that. And the Congress Party and our leadership in Karnataka, I think they have governed fairly well. But people are supreme. They decide which direction they want to go in, and let us see. By the way, we were talking about the Prime Minister earlier, but let's also remember that we are still talking about emotive issues 4 years after the Prime Minister got a massive mandate. And look what he's done with the economy. So I think we're still, we keep, on the one hand, we need development and economic development and progress and lifting people out of difficult difficult circumstances. And we're still focused on emotive issues, the past. We're still litigating those kinds of things. So, I hope we'll turn a corner. If you look at, for example, the last 10 Lok Sabha by elections,
right,
the BJP has not won one seat out of the last 10 Lok Sabha elections. Congress has won 4, and the rest of the opposition has won 6. And so I think the country is, in my view, the country is changing, and this result may not necessarily reflect how the rest of the country is thinking.
The rest of the country has also spoken out in election results where your party has consistently lost, and the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is trailing on both the seats, Badami and Chamundeshwari. That is the voter of Karnataka for you. Let me get a quick reaction from Amit Malviya. Mr. Malviya, you will not probably need any coalition partners anymore in Karnataka.
I mean, we've been saying that for last few weeks, that we will win on our own. But unfortunately, like I said earlier, there was an attempt made by sections of the media and the Congress Party apologists who kept saying that this is going to be an alliance, a tacit understanding has been arrived between the BJP and the JDS, when none of that was true. And I just heard the Congress spokesperson, he still doesn't have the humility to accept the people's mandate. They have been routed after being in office for 5 years. Their chief ministerial candidate is trailing on both the seats. What does it tell you? that they ran such an insipid governance that people are not willing to give them an opportunity. And it is for the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi, who has lost elections after elections after elections, to sort of introspect and stop maligning the government of the day at the center, the Prime Minister, and start recognizing all the good work that is happening. That also applies to people in the media and those who comment on public issues, that do not try and create a fake narrative which is not being bought by the people.
Mr. Sos, you wanted to react to this statement?
Yes, I do, because Amit is a peddler of a lot of fake news, as you may know. But they're talking about our chief minister, and of course it's a setback. But in Goa, their incumbent chief minister was defeated. They got fewer seats than us. In Manipur, they got fewer seats than us. In Meghalaya, they got nothing. 2 seats when they had 3 seats in 1989. So 1999. So I think elections have these kinds of results. For somebody to say that the Congress has consistently lost, these guys lose and then form governments. How do they do that? Because they're a very well-resourced party. They've come up with ways of raising resources that nobody has ever raised in Indian politics, and they're willing to spend and subvert democracy. I can tell you this much: people were saying that if Congress party gets 105 seats, they would still not be able to form the. We would still not be able to form the government because the BJP would engineer, a government of its own. So that's what people were saying in Karnataka. So we were always under pressure that we had to have a simple majority and not just we couldn't even be 1 or 2 seats short. That is what has happened to the BJP. That is what is happening to our country. But having said that, we have to respect the verdict of the people of Karnataka, and we wish them the best. At the same time, we'll continue fighting because this country is just as much as it is ours, as much as it is anybody else's, and we will fight for the idea of India that we believe in.
Sure. You have to convince the voter also, and you can't say subverting democracy and respecting the verdict in the same sentence. I also have to say that the BJP, apart from mastering the art of winning elections, has also mastered the art of playing victim. Even when they're winning, they're blaming the media for a narrative that they do not believe in.
Can I just get in one point? I mean, we have, as of today, after BJP winning today, we are now moving into the December election or November election cycle already. People are going to start campaigning in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan immediately. And you have to keep in mind, this win for the BJP will give them a massive boost in these states.
But they have anti-incumbency in all the
states. They are on the defensive in all 3 states. And the BJP has not done very well defensively.
The best terms, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, with the Prime Minister.
They haven't done very well defensively. They haven't done in Gujarat, it was a close call. In Goa, they technically lost. So the 2 defensive elections since the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi combine came to power, the BJP did not do that well. And so it'll be interesting. This will be interesting. This result should give them, the cadre in these states, a huge amount of hope.
Did the Congress not contest a good election?
It's let's also look at Karnataka since '85. Every government has got defeated. This time the Congress got defeated. So let's, if you look at it that way.
We are not here to follow history. We are here to make history, and Siddaramaiah is going to do that.
Exactly.
And first chief minister in 40 years to have completed his term, and so on and so forth.
But you know something? If you look at the elections from '85, there was one term of 1999 to 2004 when SM Krishna ruled the full term, but he lost elections in 2004. So there is at least it was a hung assembly. So which means that the government of the day, the incumbent government, has consistently lost in Karnataka, and that is something that we have to look at it much more deeply.
But that election was a hung verdict,
and
even though they lost the elections, the Congress legislature party voted for SM Krishna. It was the Delhi High Command that changed it and got Dharam Singh appointed as CM. Now that is the problem. We don't want that politics.
Did SM Krishna factor work in Mysore, Karnataka?
No.
The anger of the Okkaligas against Siddaramaiah was accentuated the way he treated SM Krishna and Ambarish, the film star.
Okay.
Turned the minister.
More the latter.
So they were already angry because he had deserted Devegowda.
Is it because Siddaramaiah had already made up its mind? I remember I was speaking to Krishna Bhairagowda, the agriculture minister, and there was a proposal by Rahul Gandhi to make him the PCC chief of Karnataka. And he apparently told Mr. Gandhi that you should have Siddaramaiah on board on this decision. and Siddaramaiah never got back to Rahul Gandhi on this, and that is why Congress could not appoint a Gowda as the PCC chief.
Yeah, the Gowdas in the Congress felt that they were sidelined, and in many of the cabinet meetings, Krishna Bairegowda, one of the very bright young politicians, would not speak on anything because he was scared of Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah's silence, except DK Shivkumar, but again DK Shivkumar was not a pan-Okkaliga leader. He would get what he wanted done and leave it.
And he didn't really campaign.
So
let me simplify this for our viewer. If you were to pick one factor that led to the Congress's loss, would it be anti-incumbency? Would it be infighting? Would it be a poor campaign? And please don't say it's a mix of all the three.
I would say it's anti-incumbency.
I also would agree that that's the most overriding thing, because that's history. No one can deny it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, there has been a kind of a tradition in Karnataka politics that whoever is in power, say when Deve Gowda was in power or Kumaraswamy was in power, they always tended to favor people from their own caste. Yediyurappa also did that. He favored people from his own caste. So that's become a kind of a trend, which is an unfortunate trend. It's a misfortune that this is what has happened. And Siddaramaiah probably has paid a price for it too.
If you look at
I would say it is more of tactical mistakes by Siddaramaiah in the last 6 months.
I think anti-incumbency is always a major factor in every election. So particularly state elections where the party hasn't come back into power, no ruling parties ever come back into power. But let's see what happens going forward. I mean, obviously Narendra Modi had a major role to play in this election.
Let me Palki brief this panel. BJP has swept Hyderabad, Karnataka. And it is so surprising that even JDS has done well there.
Yeah.
BJP is almost sweeping central Karnataka. It is doing very well in Bombay, Karnataka. It has seats in coastal Karnataka, but it has no seat in Mysore, Karnataka. And it has all gone green. Mysore, Karnataka is good. Well. Yes, and Mysore, Karnataka is going green.
Yeah. Right, 21st state win for the BJP. Lotus finally blooming in Karnataka.